What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome roll around table saw cart with a built-in dust collection system. So let's get started. Okay, so I've been rough cutting pieces with the circular saw and then bringing them down here to the shop and finish cutting them with the table saw. So as you can see, our little saw stand is coming along really nicely. It's going to fit right in the corner. Dust collection area will be on the right, storage will be on the left. We've got that divider in there, which also helps give it a little bit better suction. The top, I believe, is 28 inches by 31 inches. I cut the back to fit. That's a piece of 1/4-inch plywood just because I want to make it a little bit lighter. We got the sides, which are 17 inches by 31 inches. As you can see, I have marked out everywhere where I'm going to put a pocket screw. So I've got 4 going down into the base, and I've got 4 going up into the top, and I have done that for each of the 3 risers. We are also going to use glue when we assemble this. Alright, so I can put this first panel into position, and I can use this really nice handy dandy Kreg clamp to clamp it into place. There we go, and that is locked into position, and now I can put these ones in, and then I'll take the clamp out and put this one in. And now we can attach the back. Alright, so I flipped the whole stand upright on its back. So this piece on the left is going to be a little door for storage on the left. I've got some small little hinges here that I have left over from another project. A little helpful hint is to use CA glue to attach the hinge and then go back and put screws in. That way you're not messing around with the hinge and it's sliding all around. So CA glue your hinges on, and then you can go back and put the screws in. And they're a little bit small for what we're using them for, but it's going to work. So now that we have finished our little storage cabinet, we're going to turn our attention to the dust collection bin. First thing we're going to do is cut out this little slot with the jigsaw, and that way we can see how much sawdust is in the bin. Alright, so a couple of things I have done. I have gone ahead and put a little handle on our door, and on the inside I used some glue and glued on this little piece so that way the door locks shut, just a little friction fit. I also took a hot glue gun on the dust collection side, and I sealed up all of the seams and the corners so that way we can get a really nice airtight seal inside of here. So you may be wondering how we're going to do the dust collection for our table saw stand. So I have gone ahead and flipped it on its left side. This is the dust collection bin, and the storage is down here. So basically what we're going to do is mount a shop vac head on the side here, and then we can just have a line running up to the back of the saw. And speaking of shop vac heads, this is the one we're going to be using. It is an old Craftsman shop vac. We're not using it anymore. It's just going to get thrown out. So I'm going to use it for this project, and I think it's going to work really well. Now what we need to do is remove these two clips, which hold it onto the factory shop vac, but they stick out a little bit too far, so we need to chop them off flush with this ring. This ring will sit nice and flat against the plywood. So I found the center point of my plywood, and then I went ahead and drew a 10-inch diameter circle, and that's what we're going to cut out with the jigsaw so our shop vac head can drop down in. So after a lot of different separate cuts and test fitting, I finally got our vacuum to fit on the side. As you can see, it fits down in there really, really nicely. We're going to have a lot of space for dust. Now let me show you how I'm going to attach it. So with the design of my shop vac, there's two different rings. There's an outside ring, and then you can see the inside ring there where I cut the handle. The inside ring is the actual ring that's going to be sitting against the plywood, and since the plywood is perfectly flat, and since the shop vac is perfectly flat, I have a really good seal. So I'm not going to use any hot glue or anything like that to seal this up. I'm just going to put some screws in, test it out, see how it works. If I think it needs to get sealed better, I'll go back and put a bead of hot glue on the bottom of this ring, which will seal it just about permanently. So guys, that's about all the time that we have for this week's video. Next week, we're going to actually get the saw in, we're going to put it on top of the stand, and we're going to actually hook up the saw with the dust collector. So definitely make sure that you go ahead and get subscribed to the channel so you don't miss next week's video. Also be sure to hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button to make sure you get notified whenever I post a new video. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, Seth Custom Creations. The name will be on the screen there for you. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff and stuff that doesn't get put up on my YouTube channel over on my Instagram. Guys, definitely be sure to check out my website. It'll be the very first link in the description box down below. I've got products on there, more information about me, and a lot of other stuff you might be interested in. I can't wait to make next week's video. It's going to be super fun getting the saw stop in. It's going to be such a big upgrade for my shop. And again, thank you to everybody that purchased tickets to win the bowl. That really helped go toward my saw. I'll see you guys next week.